For the first time in my life, I grew a garden. Yeah, I made a garden. If you want to see what I did, stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to my channel. I am very excited to show you my little garden today. As I stated in the intro, I have never ever had a garden. I have never grown anything. And when I bought store-bought plants and would put them out around the house or outside in pots, they die. I could never keep them alive. They never grew. They would just drop dead. I definitely do not have a green thumb. But gardening is something that I got interested in late last summer. And so we decided to do some landscaping in the yard to make a couple walkways, pathways, and then we thought, well, let's try planting some things and see what happens. So we did that, we started, and then we had to quit for family reasons, and we've picked it back up now this spring. So I want to show you what we've done. Now bear in mind, we are beginners for sure. Don't know anything about plants. I'm learning a little bit, but it has been so much fun, and I have loved the color in the garden, the different flowers. Even though I don't know a lot about them, when I buy them, I make sure I buy them in my growing zone, which is I think 8B, because I'm in the Hilton Head area of South Carolina, and I'm learning to read the tags and see if they need shade or sun or what's required. So it's all very new to me. I don't know when to water, when not to water, what's too much, what's not enough. So I have a little tool that I can stick in the ground, in the plant, and it will show me the moisture level. And if it's on the dry side, then I add water. If it's on the moist or wet side, then I don't. So maybe someday that will all become just instinct for me and I will know. But right now, I'm just learning. So let me go ahead and show you some footage and clips of when we first started just making these little sidewalks or walkways, and then we started adding plants and where we're at now. We're not finished, but we have come a long way. And I'll come back and talk to you after I show you this. Well, here's where we started. This is a little patch of grass that leads out to our side yard, and we want to dig up all this grass, make a walkway or pathway, and then make like a little planting area right there on the right. All right, moving on to phase 2. Dave is starting to dig up the grass. He's using a sawzall because it cuts real deep, and we want to make sure we got way down to the roots of the grass. And then we're going to line the walkway with these edging pavers. You see 2 of them there by Dave. All right, this was the next phase. We had to get a big bag of dirt. I don't know how much dirt this bag held, but it took me days. So I got up in the truck and emptied dirt into the wheelbarrow, and then Dave would come and take the dirt back so we could start putting that down. Love that outfit. I have on camouflage pants, flowered boots, and an orange top. I was a sight to see, wasn't I? Okay, here we are with the next clip. We put a little bit of the crush and run down and some of those edging blocks to see what it was going to look like. We were happy with the look. And so now we knew we had a pattern to follow to achieve the look we wanted to have. Okay, here we are. We got some more crush and run down, and we've got all the grass up, and most of those edging pavers are down. We put a curve in on the right, and it looks really good. I'm real pleased with that. And this area of grass you see will have plants in it. Okay, now we're putting down the slate pavers that we can walk on. We're trying to lay them out to get a pattern to see what's going to look the best. That took some time, but we finally got there. And we have to start working on that plant area. So we're really pleased with the way this walkway turned out. All right, now we're working on the left side of the patio. So we kind of wanted to do the same thing, make a little walkway and then put some plants and things like that. So we've got most of the crush and run down, and the pavers we're putting into place. We have the edging pavers down, and we're just putting stone on the left, the pea gravel. But that may end up being a mistake. I might have to change that. So that's what it looks like here. And we're getting ready to work on the part on the right to dig that all up and put some plants. All right, Dave is digging a hole to put my topiary in. I had it in a pot. It's a 2-ball topiary. And now we're going to go ahead and put it in the ground. Of course, he did all the digging of the holes, and I didn't film every single hole he dug. But you can see he's working hard. Okay, there's a hibiscus right there, and to the right of it is a dwarf azalea that Dave picked up. That's a tropical plant. That's a calla lily, and that's a gardenia that we planted. And then those petunias there, I'll try to get a better shot. That's stone crop. I love that. And this, it's a weird name, Calanochi or something, Calancho. Anyhow, it's an annual. There's another calla lily, which I love those. And that's just another shot of the gardenia bush. And let's see. Oh, here's the petunias that Dave bought. And they're pretty. They're doing real well. And we planted maybe 6 or 7 of those along those pavers. That's a sunshine ligustrum and another calla lily. You know, it's hard for me to get a variety because I don't know plants, but I'm getting there. But I love that sunshine ligustrum. And that's a bottle brush bush in the middle, that real tall one. And I just think it all came together, and I have my little statue there, the little girl. That's some famous statue in Savannah. And I really like that. I want to get 2 little birds to put in those, each hand of hers. And so, you know, it's not a full garden, but it's a start. And we will be adding quite a bit to it. So that's one of our planting areas. That's the biggest one. And way in the back there is some kind of holly. It's still in the pot. We didn't get that in the ground yet. And this is how the little garden area turned out to the right of that pathway that leads to my side yard. And as you can see, I have a variety in there. That tall bush, the green one, is a camellia, I believe. Yes, a camellia. And it bloomed really pretty in the winter, and I think it comes back again maybe in the summer, not sure. Then I have some marigolds in a pot. I have 2 of those. And to the left of the marigold, that's called sedum. It's some kind of ground cover. And I love that little girl. And she has a hole at the top, and I have a succulent there, but the pot's too big. It doesn't fit down in that hole, so I'll have to replant that. And then this bush, I cannot remember the name of it. I have several of them in my front yard, But if anybody knows what it's called, leave that in the comments section, because I can't remember. And then I have some more calla lilies, but instead of in yellow, I got that deep burgundy color, and wow, it's really rich looking. I like that. And so that's that little area. So basically I have 3 garden areas. If I'm sitting on my patio, this one is to the right of me. Then to the left of me, I have the bigger area that I showed you. And then I have another small area. And I absolutely love this flag. But you know how much I love cardinals. In fact, I have cardinals here every day. I mean, it used to be 1 or 2, and now they're just flying all around me. It's crazy. If I can, I'll insert a few in pictures that I take, because every time I get ready to take a picture, they take off. But I do have some. This is the other little section I have. I've had that bird for a long, long time. It's getting a little rusty, so I'm gonna have to go find something to replace it. But I want a flowering bush there that would ground that corner. So if anybody has any suggestions what I could put there, then please let me know. It's partial shade and partial sun. In the middle, I have that big fern I got last year, and wow, it just keeps growing and growing. It's doing great. And then down in the bottom, that pink flower on it, I don't know what that is. I forget what it's called, but it's pretty. But if anybody knows what that is, let me know. I didn't save the tag, unfortunately. And right there is it's a lily, an Asiatic lily. And it had bright orange blooms on it, but they've already fallen off. So I hope they rebloom. And there's my beautiful flag that my friend Linda Joy sent me from the channel Mature Sass. I just love it. Love all the colors in it. And I love garden flags. Behind that, those yellow and orange flowers that you see, those are artificial. Yeah, that's right, they're artificial. But they looked pretty, so I put that pot there. And then you see that little Japanese holly. That we just got that recently, and it's not very tall yet, but it's supposed to get tall, but yet not wide. So that will anchor that end. And then those red flowers, I don't know if they're flowers or what they are, but they're an annual, and they're called celosia. I think that's how you pronounce it. I just liked the color. So that's it on that section. So that one is right across from the main section that I already showed you. And the last thing I want to show you is this garden paver that my son Nathan sent me for my birthday, because like I said, you know how I feel about cardinals. And I love what it says. May you find comfort in knowing that when a cardinal appears, angels are near. Blow a kiss and say I love you, and your loved one will hear. And wow, I feel it, because as I said, I have cardinals flying around me all day long. Well, what do you think? Can you give me any gardening tips? All of you ladies out there, or gentlemen that do gardening, can you give me some guidance or maybe suggest certain plants I could use for shady areas or sunny areas, I would really appreciate any information because this girl just doesn't know what she's doing yet. But we had so much fun doing it. We love to do projects together, and I don't know, for some reason, well, yeah, I guess I do know. As you get older, you get more and more into nature, just all of God's creation. It started a few years ago where I really started just looking at the sky, looking at clouds and the different formations, looking and appreciating trees and birds, and then it came to flowers. So it has been so much fun, and I'd really like your input on any tips you may have. Well, now I'm going to leave you with an inside beauty tip. My inside beauty tip today comes from Luke 12:27. Consider how the wildflowers grow. They do not labor or spin. Yet I tell you, not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of these. To me, what this scripture is saying, Jesus is using wildflowers as an example, that they don't have to strive for their beauty because it was already given to them by God. Isn't that something? We don't have to strive for our beauty either. We're all beautiful, and we're all created that way. Beauty comes from the inside out, and don't ever forget that. Flowers don't have to put on beautiful clothing or, makeup colors and adornments and things like that. They're beautiful just the way they are. And you know what? So are you. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly do appreciate it. And until we meet again, this is the old girl signing out. See ya.